All right. I don't want to take too much of your time this evening, everybody. Gosh, it's been very exciting what's been happening. This is the biggest February I've ever seen in my 9-year career. I know it's a short, the month of love, it's a short month, but lots of promotions happening in this industry. I just love what's happening to this industry in general. The home-based business industry is definitely where it's at. The last couple of years have definitely taught us that it's important to have multiple streams. It's important to diversify and to keep your financial house in order, get it in order, right? And so I am super excited to be able to share with you a little bit more about the quintessential biosciences story. I know that's kind of a mouthful, but my husband and I got involved in this company 4 years ago. And we actually owned Pilates, yoga, and bar studio gyms for 13 years in Southern California in San Diego. And then a couple of years ago, we actually relocated to Park City, Utah, and wanted to kind of just have this adventure with our kids. And they were kind of getting into the ages where we knew that it was kind of our last, I guess, shot at having full ski seasons. I know that sounds so crazy, and some of you might not have ever been on skis before in your life, but we come from a big ski snowboarding family, and we just thought it would be really fun ages for them to be able to experience, Park City we love so much. Actually, though, because of the pandemic and because of where this company is based out of here in Utah, it's been the biggest blessing to be able to also be so close to the corporate headquarters as well. So I get to share some slides with you on what has transpired and what's happened with Q Sciences in the last 4 years. And we couldn't be more proud of what's happening, as we have now, documentation wise, we have now grown to be the #1 fastest growing company in health and wellness. And there is no slowing down anytime. So from 2012, when the company was actually founded, through 2017, the company did 15 million in 2017 with a phenomenal brain health supplement, a micronutrient that has 36 daily micronutrients, backed by ridiculous amounts of science. In fact, 33 published studies. So when my husband and I took a look at this company 4 years ago, we couldn't believe what we saw. A lot of companies in the home-based business arena don't have any science backing whatsoever. That's not to speak ill of any companies. That's not what I'm trying to do here. Just educationally, because some of you are on here just to hear about what Q Sciences is and why this industry and why now. And honestly, this is the best time that there ever has been in the history of this industry. Again, so many people are open for the first time ever to looking at the home-based business model. This model's been around for, over 100 years. But the health and wellness arena of this business model has always been, if you look at the history of the last 100 years, it's always been the most successful. What I mean by that is there are a lot of companies out there that use, this network marketing, business model, relationship marketing, whatever you want to call it. But maybe they sell makeup or skincare or leggings, pots and pans, household cleaning products. That's all wonderful. That's great. But again, from a business perspective, the reason why my husband and I really liked the idea of partnering with this company before the rest of the world heard about it was because it was in the health and wellness arena and nobody had heard of it yet. It's not a 42-year-old company. It's not a 30-year-old company. It's not a 20-year-old company. It's not even a 15-year-old company. The company was founded in 2012 and worked hard at getting the products out, mostly through medical health professionals because of the high grade supplement sourcing of ingredients. And through 2012, at 2012 through 2017, again, they had about 400 distributors, and that was worldwide with this company. And they did about 15 million in 2017. My husband and I came to look at the company in 2018. My husband did not think this industry, he was very skeptical. He did not think this industry was legitimate. He said, you're not getting involved in one of those pyramid companies. Let's just get that right out in the open now. And I thought, how many people, really do believe that this is an industry, where people make a few $100 extra. Like how how many people are actually making big income? And I really wanted to know that. I wanted to kind of study the industry, if you will. So I've actually been in this industry for 9 years, 4 years with this company, 5 years somewhere else. And the only reason why 4 years ago, we decided to partner again with this company is in January 2018, they introduced the compensation plan that we have now for people like yourself, myself, to be a part of it and to let people know it exists and to get paid on that referral and that word of mouth advertising. That was exciting for me. That was exciting for a lot of our friends, and still is to this day. Family and friends that are hopping on for the first time to hear about this right now have never even done this before, never been a part of this industry before. But because we've had 1,200% growth since the beginning of 2018, and we've expanded into 24 countries, this ground floor opportunity isn't going to come around that often, right? It's a very unique project in a special space. And we believe in the S curve. We believe in the timing. We believe that we have zero saturation whatsoever. Less than 1% of people have even heard about Q Sciences, but it's starting to, we're kind of starting to make a name for ourselves because third-party documentation exists out there that we are the #1 fastest growing health and wellness company. So we really believe the timing is now to partner with these two owners. These are our two owners, our CEO and founder, Mr. Mark Wilson. He's a 2-time Super Bowl winning champion, actually. And he brought on Mr. Jake Spencer 4 years ago to completely revamp the company. The company had done well. They weren't struggling by any means. They did 15 million with only a couple supplements right out of Salt Lake City, Utah. And yet Mr. Jake Spencer came on board and said, I know how I can help you quadruple this company over and over. And that's exactly what's happened in the last 4 years. It's been insane and special. And it's just amazing that we have access to these two owners that really do decide and systems, their health than they ever have before. People are definitely, trying to not take as many pharmaceutical drugs and things like that. They're really trying to stay away from prescriptions. And we have the answer to so many people's prayers. And that's what I love. We have so many proactive, holistic nutritionals in the CBD hemp space, in the terpenes space and world, sublingual sprays, energy drinks, collagen. I mean, you name it. We've got things for everybody, and we want to help. We really believe that Q Core products are the #1 seller in our whole entire company, but we really believe people can feel these supplements very quickly because we've heard it time and time again. And we love the science behind these products. Again, there's so many amazing products out there. Yes, I get that. But not a lot of supplements. In fact, 90% of them have never been studied, not one. They don't need to be. We know vitamin C is good for us, right? But do you know that 95% of the world's vitamin C comes from China? And what I want to educate you on is that there are no regulatory standards whatsoever in the supplement space. So what Q Sciences has done is we source all of our ingredients here in the United States. There is one ingredient we have to get in India, but it's been no problem, especially during the last 2 years when ingredient sourcing has been an issue in business. We've had no problems whatsoever. In fact, the quality high-end sourcing of ingredients has put Q on the map because people don't feel supplements typically, and people feel our supplements. There's a big difference. The reason why they feel them is we own patented technology in chelation and how we make it. We love our Q Core because it covers what people would need from a digestive perspective, a probiotic and prebiotic perspective, inflammation and what it does in terms of improving that in one's body, and then also that Q Max, that #1 product I told you the company was founded on, that has 36 daily micronutrients, vitamins and minerals you need for optimal brain function. It's just, you cannot find these supplements anywhere else in the world in terms of how people are feeling and what their lab results are providing and what doctors are saying with a lot of their patients that use our products. I love that we have a community. We have an amazing app that people can use using any of our program in terms of any of our Q-Fit programs, I should say, and they're personalized workout programs, specialized meal plans. You have access to fitness coaches that are incredible. Kimball and Stacy are personal friends of mine and many people that are involved in the company, and they are accessible as well. So what I mean by this is we have products that typically are kind of, they fit under the fitness or I should say the weight management umbrella. And any of those products give you access usually into our Q-Fit app. So you can follow along with the workouts and have those meal plans, et cetera, at your fingertips. Now, we do have challenges that are run periodically, and there's a fitness tour that's going to happen this summer with these two that are going to go on tour and have big events in a couple of the cities that are, you know, bigger for the My Q-Fit community. I love the challenges because I literally watched 25 grand given away on stage last month. And it was extremely exciting for so many this month, excuse me. It was like 3 weeks ago. Anyhow, our number one sellers, Q Core, the supplement pack I talked about, our sleep spray. So if you know anyone that struggles with sleep, we gotta talk. But the collagen is becoming really quickly, since we launched these fairly recently, it's been a couple months, the collagen products are quickly becoming the number one fastest growing selling out products. And I understand why. For the first time in my entire life, I have nails that are actually thick, that don't, that I don't bite, I'll tell you that, but also that are very, very thick to where I couldn't even bite them if I tried. Also, my hair regrowth, and everybody that's talking about how successful their hair, skin, and nails are feeling from this reformed collagen and the extra peptides that have been added to this collagen. Now, this is a unique collagen. Our collagen are two of them that we have. They're liquid formulas, but they also have 4 different types of collagen within the product and a ton of extra vitamins that are additionally involved. And that's why they work so, so well. We also have one that works more on weight loss and muscle tone that has whey protein and things like that. So these are selling like crazy. Our collagen skincare is selling like crazy. And a couple myths that I like to just educate on in the collagen space is that unfortunately you don't want to use any sort of vegan collagen or marine-based collagen or anything that would be from a plant-based collagen. We are, unfortunately, as human beings, we are not sea creatures and we're not trees. So in that quick explanation, you have to use collagen that comes from an animal source if that's the desired effect that you want to reach. So our collagen they're the only products that have an animal source. Every other product in our entire 50 plus product line is vegan, plant-based, et cetera, et cetera. We have our protein powders have a specialized whey protein that does work actually for sensitive tummies as well. But incredible results that we're seeing with our collagen products. Our vitamin sprays, I kind of already talked about them briefly, but they're sublingual for instant benefits. You feel them right away. I was talking to my mom today, actually, true story. And she said, gosh, my doctor says I need more B12. I said, Mom, we got it, And she said, well, Grammy used to get vitamin B12 injections. I said, yeah, that's a waste of money and they don't work as effectively, can you believe it, than just a sublingual absorption under the tongue. The glands under the tongue are going to quickly absorb and utilize what you need. And that's why the vitamin sprays are so successful here versus having something go through your stomach like a pill form. And sometimes the injections aren't methylated. And that's why if you have the MTHFR gene, look into that. You may or may not even know you have it. 40% of the world's population does, and they don't even know they have it. You have to have methylated vitamins that are going through your system. So where your liver is not working overtime in methylating vitamins. I love that we have access to the full spectrum hemp CBD line that is the only approved CBD line in all of Japan, which is the hardest country to get approval into. We actually are able to sell our full spectrum hemp into many countries. Some countries we actually don't sell our CBD product line into. And so we actually went down the terpene route for countries like Canada, Australia, New Zealand, some countries in Europe and Mexico. And the reason why we did that is we still wanted them to have the benefits of CBD, all the healthy things that come from CBD that is derived from a hemp plant. So let's talk about the flavonoids, terpenes, omegas. You can still extract those healthy things that CBD does contain from other plants in nature, pine needles, lavender, chamomile. You've heard of all of these things, right? We are the first company to patent this technology and use it to be able to provide these elixirs like you see here, these 4 that are all new to the company that are amazing, and we're crushing it with getting this out into people that experience anxious feelings really need to try our chill. People that need help in terms of being creative and needing to mastermind or work on something that is, time specific with a work deadline, they should really try our create. Anybody that has any sort of discomfort, pain that needs relief, we have a great product, Comfort. And then Slumber, just like it sounds, helps with sleep. So water soluble, we have this man to thank, our incredible Chief Science Officer, Dr. Stephen Kimberly. He actually spent 20 years working as this chief editor of WebMD. And he walked away from 15 years of WebMD to be our exclusive Chief Science Officer. So he was able to bring a ton of data and research and to be able to really tell our team of innovators and doctors what we need as a human population. And he narrowed it down to desperately needing brain health and gut health. And so we are very passionate here at Q to provide those things to our consumers and to people that work here with Q, letting people know that this exists. We also have a ton of production tests and ingredient requirements and packaging container requirements, more so than any company I've ever studied in the supplement world. It just doesn't exist in the supplement world because, again, there's no regulatory standards whatsoever. So I love that we take things, again, to the next level here at Q with documentation. There's a QR code, for example, right there that takes you to study the hemp studies. Companies just don't have that, right? So in terms of being a client, we would welcome anyone to become a client. We have a 30-day, 100% money back guarantee. Typically, since I've been in the health and wellness industry for 20 years, people typically need help with, relieving anxious feelings. People need help with energy, sleep, weight management or weight loss, pain relief. That's a big one. Mental health, the last 2 years specifically, has been on the rise, and we are here to help. I promise you, people need to try our products. Again, 30-day, 100% money back guarantee. I would love for any of you to definitely try. Someone's invited you on to check this out because they care about your health. Or this next little part that I'm going to go into, we have that ground floor opportunity. Yes, you can become a customer and you get wholesale discount shopping when you become a preferred customer, or you can become an ambassador and really jump on board with the business timing of what you see in Q. Maybe some of you have heard of some of these companies, these home-based business companies that have grown to be multi-billion-dollar companies, right? And they're 20 years old, 40 years old, right? Maybe you just haven't had that early offering. And so we really believe that we can teach anyone how to start a business from their phone or their computer, how to work on customer retention, because we have basically a dedicated customer support and rewards program. We believe that there's zero risk to get involved. Here in the United States, we actually have a financial freedom movement payout in addition to the compensation plan that already pays very lucratively. And then around the world, we're creating this financial freedom movement of education on teaching people how to not be financially illiterate, because there's not really been a lot of education on what to do with finances. And that's a component that we believe, even if you make an extra $50 a month with us, or an extra $500 a week with us, or $5,000 a week with us, there's free financial consulting to educate you on what to do to have for retirement and savings and things like that. We do have 5 different ways to earn an income with our compensation plan. You do not have to build a sales team or recruit one person to go to the complete top of the company in customer sales alone. We actually have people that are climbing the customer ranks very quickly and getting paid very lucratively. So if you have maybe been a part of something like this before and you never really built a team, please do not be discouraged, because we have two very generous ways on making money on customer acquisition. And then of course, if you do want to go into the team building, there's a couple ways of getting paid on team as well. So we believe we have a system that works: simple onboarding, great training, great education, great support. We would love nothing more than to welcome you into our Q Sciences family as a customer, or of course as an ambassador, so we can teach you how and why we are the fastest growing company in the world. Some of you want to hear the straight numbers, and I love sharing the numbers. Again, 2017 had closed out at 15 million. 2019, the year that we had just introduced the hemp CBD line, we were growing like crazy. We actually did 51 million as a company. 2020, 62 million. And 2021, we just did over 100 million, which is extremely exciting from a business perspective. If you've studied this industry at all, or maybe you don't even have to study it to know that most companies that do 100 million in this industry go on to do a billion. Companies that don't quite make it to 100 million, they might not ever necessarily become a big player or producer in this space. Unfortunately, there are home-based businesses that start every single day, and 86% of them don't make it past their first 18 months. I don't know why. That's just a known stat. You can Google that, you can research that, you can talk to people in the industry. However, because we've now done 4 years with our payout plan, our compensation plan, we know the numbers are there. We know the momentum is upon us. We know we will become the next billion-dollar brand. And we'd love nothing more than for you to be a part of this movement with us, for us to show you how, and most importantly, for you to live your healthiest years ahead of you. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to end this recording so we can share it with anyone that has questions. Get back with the person that shared this with you, and let's get your questions answered, because we are a fast moving train. We don't want to leave anyone behind